not finish with you! Owens 2! It's damn true!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Notorious. I am exactly what they say I am. I stand for
Well, how do you like that? New intro, new theme song, new graphics. We've had more repackages in Epico and Primo. But welcome to episode 131 of the Max Wrestling Podcast. I am Dazzy Dangerously, and on this week's show, we talk more heated words between Cena and Reigns, a selectively blind referee, an awesome baby announcement, a flawed beast, Vinnie Mac, and so much more. Plus, we reveal the second theme song for our upcoming November special promo series 2, Sudden Death, later in the show. But allow me to reintroduce you to the Max Wrestling captains. I do have both of them this week. They are, of course, the Demon of the Welsh Valleys and the Demon of Wrestling podcast. The Phoenix, what is up?
I'm just finishing eating off.
You're eating. Don't eat during the trivia again and blame eating on losing.
I can blame whatever I want. I blame both eating and the live last time.
And, of course, the current reigning Max Wrestling Knowledge champion, the walking wrestling cheat sheet, Mr. Mike Larkin. What is going down?
Doing all right. What's going on, guys?
Good. So you're not eating, see?
Oh, I'm good.
It's breakfast time for Mike, and he's not eating.
Nah, it's breakfast. No, I'm good, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your audio settings. We finally have a new guest this week, but I'm going to hand you over to Mike as he's the one who set it up. Mike, please introduce our guest this week.
Representing the Talking Taker podcast, we got Alex on the line. Alex, what's going on, buddy? Good morning.
Good morning to you. Glad to be with you guys. Appreciate the invite.
Welcome to the show. Phoenix's ears just pricked up when he heard Taker.
What's that about, Taker?
Oh, we're going to have some fun today with two big Undertaker fans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just want to kick things off this week by expressing our best wishes to our cousins across on Mike and Alex's side of the pond affected by the recent hurricanes, and a special shout out to our good friend and colleague Chad B-Rock Broughton and Courtney and the kids who've been right in the thick of it in Florida. We're glad to see Chad keeping us updated, and they're fighting through it, and hope to see him on better surroundings very soon.
Agreed.
And speaking of Hurricane Irma especially, such a bitch that Chris Jericho put her on the list.
Yes.
You don't mess up Chris Jericho's lawn.
No, you do not.
Yeah, deservedly so. This was a bad one. I live in Georgia, and so we got a good bit of it as well. A lot of people without power. A lot of people lost a lot of homes and a lot of valuables and stuff. So it was a bad one.
Yeah, it was. I have family in Tampa. Thankfully, everybody's okay on that end. But yeah, in Florida, it's just been bad, Georgia. This whole thing with the hurricanes is not good. We had Irma, we had Harvey, Jose. It's not been good, really. It has not.
And we complain about the rain over here. It's nothing compared to that.
Oh my goodness, no.
So yeah, we hope everybody gets into better surroundings very soon, and hurricanes can just piss off.
Yes.
So, wrestling this week, we kicked off Raw with kind of a reversal of last week. We had John Cena versus Jason Jordan last week. This week it was the other way around with Roman Reigns and Jason Jordan.
Predictable.
Yes, but it was a decent match, to be fair. It was the first time, really, I've kind of paid attention to a Jason Jordan singles match.
Well, we said it for weeks on end that his in-ring ability is pretty good, but
Yeah.
it's just his personality, his mic skills, there's just nothing there.
No, but it was kind of weird seeing Roman Reigns, who's been acting pretty heelish for the last couple of months, offering to shake his hand and be nice and respectful. But then, of course, John Cena comes out and spits some more fire. As I said last week, I'm really enjoying John Cena's promos, where he's just dressing down Roman Reigns. Is anybody else becoming more of a Cena fan just because he's giving it to Roman Reigns?
I mean, He's like a drug test. You can't pass him, man.
Line of the week. Line of the week right there goes to Cena.
Exactly.
Yeah, did you guys feel that Cena was more of a heel this week? I thought they've been kind of going even with each other, but I thought Cena was acting more of the heel this week than Roman was.
Cena's been winning on the mic skills, definitely. With the Roman's burying himself for this one.
Yeah, I think Reigns was acting more face-ish this week, but Cena was just more serious than he has been the last couple of weeks this week.
Yeah.
Especially with the drug test jokes. But we've got some more breaking kayfabe promos coming up later on in the show. We then went into Sasha versus Emma, which didn't really add anything to the feud. If anything, it was Nia Jax and Alexa's awkward encounter that added anything to the feud.
Yes, but there was because usually they have the rivals sat on the opposite ends of the announce table during commentary, but they were sat this time they were sat right next to each other.
Yeah, there was a couple of awkward encounters this week between those two.
Yeah. And the look on her face when it was announced that Nia versus Alexa for next week.
Yeah. Anybody feeling Nia Jax on the way to becoming champion?
I think if Asuka's coming in, absolutely. I'd love to see the redo of the Asuka Nia Jax feud from NXT. I'd love to see Asuka and Nia Jax go on it.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather see Asuka versus Alexa though, if I'm honest.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I would rather see that one. I'd rather see Asuka and Alexa right now. Nia does not really do anything for me in the ring, so Asuka and Alexa would be a good matchup.
See, I thought it was just me.
I still don't think Nia's totally ready for it.
Oh no, not.
No, she has developed a lot more, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something awkward to connect with. A rare appearance from the Beast, along with Paul Heyman. I did pay a bit more attention to Heyman's promo this week than I did last time.
Not as rare as it used to be. She's been on quite a few.
Yeah, that's the thing with Heyman promos. They come in more and more and more now. They used to be unmissable. Now it's sort of the same stuff.
Mm.
And of course, Brock does the same thing, bouncing around.
I did enjoy this week's when he was going. Fighter, are you ready?
Yes, I do like the UFC references. But we're not seeing anything from Brock. He just keeps getting dropped by Braun.
Mm.
I mean, the suplex this week, I thought it was sweet. Braun just popped right up. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with numbers.
I love that. The very first German suplex that Brock hits on Strowman, and Strowman just gets up as if it was nothing.
Yeah, that was great.
And an actual look of fear on Brock's face. I haven't seen that since Goldberg.
No.
Yep, good point.
But it kind of reminds me of the build-up between Undertaker and Brock, where we didn't see any offense from Brock right up until the last week before the pay-per-view.
Mm.
So right up until that last go-home show, it kind of made me think that Brock was getting buried. And obviously he didn't, because he broke the streak. Sorry, Phoenix and Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I think these two are going to have an incredible match at No Mercy. I'm stoked for it. I think they're going to beat the crap out of each other pretty much. And we're going to be the beneficiaries of seeing these guys beat the crap out of each other for 15 minutes. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, they might need to reinforce the announce table.
Yes, definitely reinforce the announce tables.
Yeah, have a few extra on hand.
And nail them to the floor.
Make sure the people on before them don't get too knackered out. We might need them out later on to separate Brock and Strowman.
It was interesting actually that Paul Heyman mentioned 2002, because they never really mentioned Brock's first run in WWE anymore.
No.
He did, of course, fail to mention that he turned on Brock in 2002.
Yeah, they purposely left out Big Show beating him at Survivor Series 02 the title.
His 2002 history ends at No Mercy.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't bring that up too much. So can I ask you guys, who do you think is the face and who do you think is the heel in this feud? Because I can't quite figure it out.
I think a lot of people love the Braun just because Braun is somebody new, and then you have Brock. A lot of people like Brock. I can't figure it out really, but if I was to guess, I'm going to say Braun is more the face as opposed to one Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I would say that, especially after the Roman feud, when obviously Roman just got booed heavily for the whole thing and treated like the heel, and Braun comes back and gets a monster face pop. So I think Braun's pretty much been treated as a face ever since the Roman feud.
I mean, I think that too, but Monday night, I felt like he was, and last week too, basically retiring the Big Show and beating him up after the match and then doing the 1 foot pose on Brock. It felt a lot more heelish to me. So I think it's interesting how they're kind of riding the line in between on those two.
It's kind of like one of them very rare occasions, like you'd have two faces face each other and then they mark the hell out of that. But this is like two over heels clashing, and it's one of those even more rare situations.
Well, Braun was definitely more heelish later on in the night against John Cena.
Yeah, that too.
And this is what I meant when there's a selectively blind referee this week, because right in front of the ref, Braun hits Cena with the stairs and nothing happens.
Yeah, that made no sense. I'm like, hello, ring the bell.
And then he slams him on the stairs and it's a DQ.
Why did the ref wait until Braun power slammed Steen?
I don't know. It made no sense.
It's not time to end it yet. Powerbomb him on the steps, and then I'll disqualify you that way.
And the ref kept telling Braun to get rid of the step. The ref could have moved the steps out of the ring too. He did nothing to just allow that to happen.
No, John Cone was thinking about going to have his own donuts, Mr. Donut Shop there. He was thinking about going to have donuts.
Did the ref just think Cena tripped into the stairs that Braun just happened to be holding?
I don't know. It made no sense.
I suppose it's not as bad as when Braun just threw the chair in Roman's face.
Oh. Well, that was a last man standing match, so that was okay, but right in front of the ref and no DQ.
The stairs not count as a DQable.
Well, if you throw someone into the stairs, then that's okay, because that's part of the environment. But he was actually holding the stairs and he drove them into Cena's face. That's a DQ.
Well, the stairs not DQable anymore.
I love that. Not DQable.
Yeah, you hit him in the face with the stairs, that's fine.
Yeah.
Powerbomb and DQ.
No. Can't do that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how the hell that happened this week. But we skipped a bit. Bray versus Goldust was actually quite interesting. I mean, I've kind of said for the last few weeks that Bray hasn't done anything memorable, but it was kind of sick seeing him wipe all the face paint off Goldust.
It was. I thought what they did was actually very good. The whole thing with Goldust is I was like, what happened to the whole unveiling of what he's bringing and all that? What happened to that? Yeah. They just had him get squashed by Bray Wyatt. I mean, I understand because, Balor, the Demon, face paint, Goldust wear face paint, but it's like we went nowhere with Goldust. What happened?
Yeah, and where's the wig?
Oh, yeah, no wig. He had a nice new robe, though. That looked nice.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah.
We almost had a tag team match, which just turned into a brawl between Gallows and Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, but I don't know if it was just me. But Ambrose and Rollins on commentary kind of reminded me of DX.
Yes.
Did anyone notice that during the brawl it was Jamie Noble trying to back Seth Rollins away?
Yes. Jamie Noble. I believe it was Jamie Noble, and it might have been was it Adam Pearce or one of those guys? On the agent side of things?
Yeah.
You know when they're in the backstage looking for tag partners and they came across Jamie Noble and Dean Malenko?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why was it Dean Malenko? Where was Joey Mercury?
He's not with the company anymore.
Aw.
So now it's J&D Security. JD Security.
JD Security. Well, the last time I saw Joey Mercury, they're actually doing something with him on an indie. Him and one Johnny Impact, they are going to be doing a tag team match together on the indies. Eminem is back for one night only.
Oh, I cringe every time I hear the name Impact. Johnny Impact.
I know.
No. Johnny Nitro worked, but Johnny Impact, no.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Johnny Mundo?
Yeah,
Johnny Mundo was fine. He was in Lucha.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're probably going to be turning into a 3-team match at No Mercy.
Or what they could do is, if they don't make it like a 3-team thing, make it a 4-team, add the Hardys, or if they want to like branch out and do the Hardys versus the club, since the Revival say
Oh, of
it's
course.
not. Yeah, we'll
I
see.
forgot about the Hardys. But it was kind of nice how they picked up on Matt acting kind of strange, obviously because he's broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because usually he does these sort of hints like the wide eyes and the weird way of talking, and they don't really mention it. They just act as if it's normal.
Mm.
But it's been going on so long now, planting the seeds for this broken gimmick, and as I've said for the last few months, I don't think we're actually going to get to see it in WWE.
No, I don't either. I think he's just going to keep teasing it, and then that's all it'll ever be, probably.
No, the best we're going to get is the Woken Hardys, yeah.
Unless rumours are true and GFW is going bankrupt again.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. So as we mentioned, Asuka is coming to Raw, finally.
Yay!
Yay.
From what I heard.
I mean,
since
they were
the
saying...
since the whole collarbone thing, Daz, actually the guys, I heard that there's possible she's going to be there next month, October.
Yeah, well, they got to keep kayfabe alive. Sometimes.
Keep kayfabe alive.
They said before the vignette that Kurt Angle's managed to sign this big free agent, and for a split second I was thinking, what? Who's a free agent? Oh, yeah, okay. But yes, there's a lot of great matches we can look forward to with Asuka on Raw.
Asuka and Sasha Banks.
Yes.
Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Asuka and Nia Jax. Maybe Asuka and Emma.
Yeah, Asuka and Emma could be good.
We all know it won't be happening.
Too.
It won't be. I know we all know it won't be happening anytime soon. But if or when Paige returns, could have Asuka versus Paige.
Oh.
If being the operative word there.
Yeah.
Being the word.
Yeah.
If.
The main word there is if.
All depends on Alberto El Patron.
Oh, I have something to say about Mr. El Patron later. So.
Oh, I'm looking forward to part 3 now. A bit of a throwaway match, really, between Elias and Kalisto. Didn't really go anywhere or do anything for either man.
What the fuck are they done to Kalisto's music? It sounds like a bad sequel to DJ P's video game. What the hell is that?
He went from luchada, dun, to like friggin' like the TJP thing, like remixed.
They've got this habit lately of changing music to just random generic crap. Look at Baron Corbin.
Yeah, see Emma.
Yeah. Oh God. Although I did think at one point Elias murdered Kalisto with that powerbomb.
Oh my God, he could have been a little nicer about that, huh?
Could you slam him on his back and his head a little bit nicer, please? But then, of course, we got to the Cena Braun match, which we talked about. But Phoenix, I've got to come to you now, because how happy were you for the couple of Miz and Maurice announcing their pregnancy?
Oh man.
Right, don't get me wrong. A child is always a blessing, and I'm happy for them. But how the fuck is the Miz of all people allowed to reproduce?
Wow.
I don't find the guy talented at all. His in-ring skill stinks. His voice sounds more robotic than Randy Orton. And on top of that, he looks like a reject from High School Musical. I would love a storyline. No, I would actually love a storyline where it turns out Miz isn't the father.
What is this, David Flair, WCW, David Flair, and that whole crap? Who's the father?
Wow, don't bring that up. Oh man,
I know.
Bad memories.
Wait till they reveal it's actually Kurt Angle.
Oh.
No, I got to step in here and defend my man, The Miz, because
There it is. Good. Alex.
he's the MVP of Monday Night Raw for the past few months. MVP of WWE, in my opinion, of late. And I thought the segment with Enzo was fantastic last night.
I was outstanding, and the look on Enzo's face, it was just like he had no clue Miz was going to say that.
Hey, Miz throwing some truth bombs over at Enzo Amore last night.
Absolutely.
Enzo tried to come back with a few bombs of his own, but they didn't go anywhere.
The mofo said, "Who's your daddy?" during the match.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that would have got because that couldn't have been.
he
that couldn't
kind
have
of
been-
relied on his old catchphrases to get him out of a sticky situation, but it didn't work. Miz owned
No.
him.
He did, but Corey Graves had the line of the night when he said that Enzo is something that pregnant women should stay away from, like kitty litter and shellfish. I died. I died.
To be honest, I did think there was something strange that Maurice had more clothes on when she came out. Usually she doesn't leave a lot to the imagination.
That's true.
So there we go. Congratulations to Miz and Maurice. Main event was of course the 8-man tag match. Decent way to end the show.
Yes.
For me, it wasn't a bad show.
Yeah, well, did you guys see Matt Hardy trip to break up the pinfall last night?
yeah,
What
yeah.
happened,
The
Matt?
referee just stopped as if, oh right, Matt was supposed to break up the count. I'll stop. Oh, he kicked out.
Luckily, he didn't tear his quad like Kevin Nash when he tripped over to break
I
up.
had memories of that.
Matt tripping on the rope. That was a botch and a half. That was.
Luckily, he didn't break anything.
Mhm.
Haha. So there we go. There's Raw pretty much covered. So now we have trivia, and for the first time in a while, we've got a guest. Which means, Alex, you get to choose a partner for the trivia.
Ooh. Man, well, I'll go with the guy who invited me on. I'll go with Mike.
Well, that's where I thought you were going to go. Sorry, Phoenix. But actually, it's your punishment for not being here last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first round this week is title sequence. It's very simple. I'll go through a list of champions. All you got to do is tell me who comes next in the sequence. So you'll have 30 seconds. It's obviously a shouty-outy, so the first correct answer gets the point. The championship is the World Heavyweight. Your sequence is Christian, Randy Orton, Mark Henry. Who's next?
The Big Show.
I'll give it to Mike there. I heard it first. It was the Big Show. Phoenix was at the line.
We're here, girl.
Fucking lag.
Yeah. First point to Mike and Alex. Which color corner are you taking?
We'll take the blue for SmackDown Live.
All right.
That's all.
So before we go to a break, Phoenix, have you got the total match time for Raw?
I do indeed. Does anyone want to make a guess?
Yes. 1 hour, 7 minutes.
I'll say 1 hour and 10. How about you, Alex?
I am going to go low. I'll say like 59 minutes because it felt like a lot of talking on this show.
Alex was actually closest. It was 57 minutes, 47 seconds.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's low even for Raw.
That's pitiful.
That is bad.
Considering it's a 3-hour show.
Yeah. God.
Well, if you take out the ad breaks as well, but...
Yeah, well, there was a Brock Lesnar segment, which is, of course, just talking, always, on Raw. Brock doesn't wrestle on Raw.
Then you had the long Cena Roman segment and the long Miz and Enzo segment. So
Yes.
Yeah. There was like 3 breaks in the first half hour.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, they came back from a break and Roman's still there waiting for Cena. Like, how
Oh, yeah,
long
Cena.
is the gorilla position?
Phoenix, you're going to have to wait. We've just gone to commercial break. Somebody tell Roman.
Maybe Cena got lost on his way to the curtain. Although I would assume it's right next to the interview area. Anyway, so let's go to our first break. When we come back, we'll be talking SmackDown, we'll be concluding the trivia, and so much more. Join us right after this.
I am exactly what they say I am. I stand for everything that they can't stand.
Promo Series 2 will be no ordinary championship special because, for the first time, we could have, potentially, multiple new champions in one day, as the entire trivia will be winner stays on, sudden death rules.
One fall.
Every round will be head to head with the title on the line. And you are still the Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion. And in 2 weeks you will surpass Kinney's record. What happens when Mike runs the gauntlet? Promo Series 2 Sudden Death, November 17th. For more information, go to maxwrestling.wix.com/maxwrestling/promo series 2. Welcome back to the Max Wrestling Podcast. So before the break, Mike and Alex picked up the first point. So Phoenix gets to go first in round 2. Would you like to know what it is this week, Phoenix?
Go on then.
It is bell to bell. Bell to bell. So, bell to bell, you get 2 matches. All you got to do is tell me which one lasted the longest. And you've got a choice, Phoenix, between 2 Batista matches or 2 Edge matches.
I'll go with 2 Batista matches.
Alright. You have 30 seconds to tell me which one lasted the longest. 2 matches are Batista versus Eddie Guerrero at No Mercy 2005, and Batista versus Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series 2009. Which one lasted the longest?
I'm gonna say Batista versus Eddie Guerrero in No Mercy 2005.
Alright, do you want me to start the clock?
Yes, please.
Okay. Batista versus Eddie was 18 minutes 40 seconds. And Batista versus Rey, 6 minutes 50 seconds. Point to you two.
Wow. They had to stop the Batista versus Rey match. Because Batista was more concerned about Alabama and spine busting the shit out of Rey. He just turned heel.
Still one of my favorites is "You're supposed to be my friend," and then he slams him right against the barricade. I love it.
Alright, that leaves 2 Edge matches.
Knew something was going to happen though, because it was just an interview post-match between the two of them.
Yes.
You can even see Punk walking in the background to the back. You know.
I'm tired of my best friend stabbing me in the back. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, Ray.
I'm gonna rip your head off.
I'm gonna rip your head off.
Alright, 2 Edge matches. They are Edge versus John Cena at Unforgiven 2006.
Okay.
And Edge versus Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22. Which one lasted the longest?
Alex, I'm gonna say Edge versus John Cena, Jack from Canada. There, for Unforgiven 2006, which was the TLC match. What are you gonna say, man?
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. 2 great matches, too.
They are. They're both very good, and who can blame with the whole spear through the table with Foley? But yeah, I gotta go Edge and Cena. So Alex and I, Edge and Cena.
All right, can we start the clock?
Yes, please.
Okay, you have 2 seconds to spare. Edge versus Cena was 25 minutes 28 seconds. And Edge versus Foley was 14 minutes 36 seconds. Good choice.
Well, it's John Cena. You can't go against
Big Match John.
Big Match John.
That's right.
Okay, so Phoenix, you're up first in the final, which is of course the main event.
Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Are you ready?
I suppose.
15 seconds to answer 3 questions.
Okay.
And when the time is up, you will hear this noise.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Just because you're out of time. Your time starts after the first question, of course. In what year did WWE hold No Mercy twice?
1999.
Yes. Which former women's champion originally co-hosted Excess with Jonathan Coachman?
Lisa.
Trish. Austin Watson is the real name of which SmackDown superstar?
Oh, son of a bitch!
I'll let you finish.
Xavier Woods.
It is Xavier Woods. You're on 3 points. So, Mike and Alex, you only need 1 to even the score, 2 to win.
Okay.
And of course, your time starts after the first question. Who did Kurt Angle defeat for his first WWE Championship?
The Rock.
Yes. Carmella is billed from Staten Island, but which state is she really born in?
I'm gonna say Massachusetts.
Yes. In what year did Edge marry Beth Phoenix?
2012.
Oh, son of a bitch!
2012?
Yeah.
It was 2016, but you did have 1 point more than the Phoenix, so a promo from the Phoenix this week.
All right, we won.
There we go.
Like I said, when it comes to like marriages with them, I don't like no marriages. So hey, still, it's all good.
Nah, me neither. I wouldn't have known if I hadn't Googled it.
Edge and Beth Phoenix, which is cool though too. I mean, you can't go wrong with Edge and Beth Phoenix. And I must say, I did watch the Road to the Finals for the Mae Young Classic. Beth Phoenix did a very good job on commentary with I believe it was JR and Lita for that. That was actually very good.
Okay, so Phoenix, let's find out who your potential opponents, well, they will be your opponents for the promo. Anybody in particular you don't want?
I don't know. See what comes up with.
I wonder if the Miz will come up again.
Oh, I hope it's
Nah.
the
I think my feelings on this are pretty self-explanatory.
Alright. Well, here comes your first option. And it's actually somebody we've just mentioned. There you go. Option number 1 is Edge.
always one of my favorite entrance themes, the Metal Indies by Alton Bridge.
That's a kick-ass theme.
It is.
Alright, option number 2. Do you recognise the theme?
No.
Is that Dean Ambrose? Oh no, never mind.
It's Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, it's Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, yeah. Yep, there you go.
And your third and final option. is Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Or Kevin Nash, whichever version you prefer. Okay, those are your 3 options for the promo later in the show. But first, of course, we need to talk some SmackDown. Again, a decent show this week. I enjoyed both shows this week. Gotta be honest, I didn't think I would.
Yeah, I did as well.
So we knew Vince McMahon was coming this week, so we kicked off with Kevin Owens looking to make some changes to SmackDown. For example, put in our commentary team in one singular suit. I like how we left out Corey Graves, though.
Like Daniel Bryan, the janitor.
Yeah. First on this agenda was firing Sami Zayn.
Well, of course.
A bit
Of
uncalled
course,
for.
right? Of course.
How about Dolph coming out as Shane O'Mac, man?
We're gonna
The
get
less
into
said
Dolph.
about Dolph, the better.
I know, but he's on this show.
Actually, let's get Dolph out of the way now because he came out later on in another segment ripping off old gimmicks. There was
the
Bayley,
Why?
and then there was
Yeah.
the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. I said this, I'll say it again, I'll reiterate. If you want to do something with him, I'd love to see him feud with Bobby Roode, the glorious one versus the show off.
Yeah, well, people were chanting for Bobby Roode during that segment.
I did Bobby Roode, man. Glorious. Because he's talking
This
about,
is
yeah,
it's 2 weeks he hasn't been on the show.
I know. It's like, where is he at? I mean, you talk about elaborate entrances, like you mentioned the promo guys. Glorious. Elaborate entrance, glorious.
Oh, we mentioned last week that they did the promo package for Bobby Roode, but he wasn't actually on the show. But he was in a dark match before the show.
Oh, man. Who'd he beat?
I can't remember. I think it might have been Dolph Ziggler, actually.
Oh, my God.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then of course we were waiting all night for Vince to arrive, he's the least punctual employer in the world. He's never on time. But we'll get to that, because we then went to be fair, a great match between AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger. I did think for a moment Ty was gonna get the win, just near the end of the match there. I actually heard some boos for AJ because he kicked out. Anybody else impressed with Ty in that match?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, nice to see him doing something other than just getting squashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then of course Baron Corbin makes the attack and makes a challenge for next week. We haven't really booked anything for Hell in a Cell yet, so I'm surprised they've gone for a title match next week.
Probably be a triple threat at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I could see that.
Now, maybe it was just me, but I didn't really find... I have been enjoying Jinder Mahal's promos, but I didn't find the one this week very... I guess it was supposed to be funny. I didn't find it funny. But I didn't find it entertaining as well. When he was just mocking
it was brutal. It was
Nakamura's
awful.
faces.
And then you got the Bollywood boys, the Singh brothers, doing like their constipated and the Michael Jackson. Yes.
Yeah, they made it worse.
Oh,
Acting
my
out everything
God.
he said.
As awesome as the Kevin Owens stuff was, that's how bad the Jinder Mahal
Yes.
stuff was.
Yes.
It's almost like they're desperate to kind of tell a story with this match because it doesn't really have a backstory.
No.
I think it's time that they have Nakamura win in the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I think Jinder's had his day now. And I was all for him being champion. I quite enjoyed his run, but I think it's lost a lot of steam since the Randy Orton feud.
Unless they have the thing where, like, the Bollywood boys, the Singh brothers, like, find a way to get into the cell and help Jinder win, and then you have Shinsuke win it at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him going for a slow burn with Nakamura. I think they realise how much of a star he is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, immediately when he came to the main roster, they were slow burning his appearances. We didn't really see him in action on the show until the pay-per-view. Then, of course, I love this match. New Day versus the Usos in a Sin City street fight.
I just gotta say this. Yeah. I just gotta say this right now. Usos Penitentiary, son. We
Yeah.
going in the street fight, son. Sin City, son. Yeah.
Now I gotta go to
Don't
Phoenix
ignore
because
it
he's not
about-
impartial. Were you entertained by a more violent New Day?
But I'll get to that in a minute. Just because they said, no. Because they said, right, the match is coming up next. They went to an ad break. They came back. They had a little skit or whatever it was, and then they had the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn thing backstage, and then they went to another ad break before having the match. So how is that up next?
Well, technically, you can watch it during the ad breaks in the US on second screen.
That's true. Yeah, we get that. Alex and I both get
Yep.
that one.
Yeah,
watching
they
that.
don't get breaks on SmackDown.
We don't get the breaks. We get it in the corner of our screens. We could see what's going down.
All right, but us in the UK have to suffer through, 10 minutes of ad breaks before actually seeing a match?
Yeah, well, we have to suffer through Sky, full stop.
Oh,
So did you enjoy the match?
I did. I thought it was good to see a new style of the New Day, not just happy-go-lucky, Kofi Kingston coming out looking like a demented seal or something,
Kofi, I think, was more violent than Big E.
yeah. I mean, those candlestick shots were sweet.
Let's not forget, Kofi does have a mean streak. He proved that against Randy Orton in 2000,
That MSG brawl was awesome.
2009, 2010.
Yeah, I think it was 2009.
Yep.
Late 2009 and going into early 2010.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't get about this match, now it's no DQ, so anything goes.
Yeah.
So why did Xavier Woods have to go to the back?
Yeah,
he came out on stage and immediately turned around. I mean, I know he's got a busted up knee, but he can still be at ringside.
Yeah, you would think.
But yeah, kind of nice to see New Day winning the titles back. I wasn't angry that the Usos lost it again because even though I've never really been a fan of the Usos, I did admit I've been enjoying them the last few months since this whole new gimmick. Yeah, I think I would have been happy either way with the result of that one, especially with a more violent New Day, as we said.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready for these two teams to go their separate directions, but they always have good matches against each other. You can't argue that.
Oh, yeah. Then we came to the women's match, which, if anything, felt like a waste of time.
The leash thing on Ellsworth was funny. As I said, it's like Shaniqua and the Basham brothers.
What did I say last week?
Shaniqua and the Basham
when she
brothers.
kissed him and then slapped him, I said, all she's missing now is a leash.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm the three-eyed raven, bitch.
Oh. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. Natalya retained and then Carmella missed the opportunity of cashing in, but whatever, it was fine.
Yeah. Naomi took a pretty brutal hit on that ring post too. It looked nasty.
It did.
But yeah, like I said, it felt like a waste of time because it was so quick. It was just like distraction over. I was expecting a bit more of a drawn out match than that, considering they build it up so much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Mae Young Classic has been the most interesting women's thing. The women's divisions on Raw and SmackDown have been pretty lackluster the past few weeks, and the Mae Young Classic has been putting them to shame lately.
Yeah. Absolutely, and nice to see Ronda Rousey on SmackDown.
Yes.
I will admit I did mark out very much.
So Daz, I have to go to you, my dude, because the Hype Bros fought Benjamin.
No. The ass white bros.
Yes.
Ouch.
Fought Benjamin and Gable, and I know how much you love Mojo Rawley, Daz. So a possible Zack Ryder heel turn.
I hope so. I hope he beats the crap out of Mojo. Yeah, for me, there's still a bit of awkwardness between Benjamin and Gable. There's times when I feel like Benjamin isn't fully into it.
How about how slow it was to do that powerbomb spot that they did to finish the match?
It was like Rico on the top rope. Jeff! Damn it, Jeff! You're gonna miss the spot.
Where are you?
But Shelton couldn't see behind him, so he didn't know how far away he was from Gable, and he just literally leapt over the rope to tag him in. Yeah, nice double team finisher. They just need to work on their timing.
Yes.
Maybe tag Chad before you lift up the opponent.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. But I did love the close into SmackDown. I know I said last week, people aren't gonna give Vince any shit. They're not gonna say please retire or boo him, because when Vince turns up, it's a massive pop. Because of rare appearances, even though we hate on him all the time for his booking decisions and everything, he always manages to come on screen and just put a smile on everybody's face.
I mean, that's a 71-year-old dude take the beating that he took last night, so.
Oh, I did feel some remorse there. It looked. I mean, this is Vince. I mean, he's been in all these crazy matches, but he's just a frail old man now.
He's a grandfather.
Yeah. But immediately one headbutt and blood.
Well, yeah, he busted him open the hard way, gave him a frog splash. I thought, yeah. And then when he was going, my ribs, Stephanie, my ribs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that was acting.
Part of me thought that Kevin Owens was that sick he would actually go for a powerbomb onto the apron.
Yeah, or pop-up power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that would have killed Vince.
It kind of reminded me like a couple of years back when Brock Lesnar gave him that F5 before Brock and H had that match.
Yeah.
He would have had to replace the hip again.
Yeah.
But that's the Kevin Owens I've been wanting to see for a long time. Just vicious, no fucks given. Oh, it's more Kevin Steen than Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Yes. I kept waiting for Sami Zayn to come out. I'm surprised he didn't run in. Maybe, was it just me?
Well, I think like we were mentioning last week, I think we are going to get probably at Hell in a Cell, if not on the main card, the pre-show, we're going to finish up that Sami Zayn Aiden English feud.
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw a little bit of interaction between Kevin Owens and Aiden English.
The Kevin Owens Show.
That was fantastic.
It was.
The dude's got a good voice.
He does.
I need to see a duet between Aiden English and Elias. I've
Did
stopped
you
calling
think
him
that's
Samson
how,
now. I swore I wouldn't. Elias Samson. I'm still calling him that.
We don't care.
Do
Elias.
you think that's how Aiden English got Eddie Guerrero's daughter, by singing to her?
Probably.
Could be.
Probably. He probably serenaded her to death. But yeah, he's part of Aiden English is part of a historic wrestling family now, technically. So as predicted, we are getting Shane O'Mac versus Kevin Owens in a Hell in a Cell match. Is everybody okay with it?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see how he can top jumping off the Hell in a Cell, but okay.
I compare it to Shane's feud with Kane, when Shane came back after Kane tombstoned Linda on the stage.
One of my favorite segments when he kicks him in the dumpster. Burn in hell, you son of a bitch.
Hopefully Shane doesn't get his knickknacks electrocuted this time.
You don't want to see Kevin Owens do that?
No.
It's the next logical step. Come on.
Yeah, just, come on.
I'm thinking of that though. I'm almost thinking now. Hopefully Shane doesn't try to do something stupid and pay for it like he did in the Last Man Standing match with Kane, where he jumped after Tron again and just went straight through the stage.
Or jumping off the cell and landing straight through the announce table.
Yeah,
at
if you jump
WrestleMania.
off the cell, don't miss. And if you do, get more blow-up bags underneath.
Or when he jumped off the stage down onto Big Show at Backlash 2001.
Yeah, well, that was like 50 feet. That was even worse. But at least he hit him. Just one elbow caught him on the way down. So yeah, I gotta say, I'm looking forward to it. I've said before, I've never not enjoyed a Shane McMahon match. He's not the best wrestler, but he's always a great performer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell, you're getting some wild stunt coming out. So, that's going to happen. So, you got to look forward to that.
Yeah, and now, of course, we've seen the more sadistic side to Kevin Owens, beating up an old man. I actually thought Stephanie was going to slap him when she came out, but she didn't.
I was waiting for that, too, but no, we didn't get the infamous Stephanie McMahon slap.
Yeah, I mean, he just beat the crap out of her dad, and all she said was, get to the back.
Get to the back.
Was it weird seeing Steph on SmackDown since she's the
Yeah,
Raw?
it was kind of weird, especially since we haven't even seen her on Raw since WrestleMania. But then, of course, you realise she's there because of the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. Has everybody seen it? The final?
I've not seen it yet,
No.
but I'm aware. Congratulations to one Kyrie Sane.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole match yet. I've seen highlights. But I know I said, I think it was last week with just you and me, Mike, that it could go either way, but I think all along it was going to be Kyrie Sane after we heard a while ago that she'd signed.
And I'll say to all three of you guys,
NXT TakeOver Houston for the vacant women's championship. I know Kairi Sane will be in that match. They did announce that at the Mae Young Classic.
Cool. I wouldn't be well. I don't know. Would it be surprising if she won it? I mean, TJP won the Cruiserweight title in his tournament.
Yeah, well, they can make her like the new Asuka down there since Asuka's coming up to the main roster.
Yeah, of course. Logical step.
Yes.
And again, of course, nice to see some MMA representatives. Of course, has Ronda Rousey actually signed? Because I keep seeing her on WWE TV now.
I think she's with Brian Kendrick down there training, man.
Well,
I knew she was
was
training, but I didn't know
with,
she'd actually signed. Okay, then I'll expect her first match at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I'm totally looking forward to 4 Horsewomen versus 4 Horsewomen. Or there is talk of doing Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey 1-on-1.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Part of me is hoping we don't get Ronda versus Stephanie.
Because there was a lot of rumours going around after that segment she had with The Rock, Triple H, and Steph at the WrestleMania a few years ago.
Yeah, but I think it's too late now because that was like, what, 2 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
If they'd have done it at the following SummerSlam or the following WrestleMania, then yeah, okay. But I think too much time's passed now to go back to that feud. So we're going to go to our final break now. When we come back, it is time for the Phoenix's promo. It's time for Mike and Alex actually this week to choose a brand of the week. And of course we will be revealing the second theme song for Promo Series 2 right after this break, so stick around.
I am exactly what they say I am. I stand for everything that they can't stand.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
How hard is it to find, a sequels that span and goes as good as the first? If this film does not make you smile, or then there's something really, really wrong with you as a person.
Together, the two sequels brought in 576.5 million.
How much?
576.5 million between the 2 and 3. Brand new show, Hidden Gems, is at DB Hidden Gems on Twitter. I found this little gem. That is the second theme song for Promo Series 2, Sudden Death by the Mighty of Mice and Men. It's great to see him still kicking ass following Austin Carlisle's departure. You can download that now on iTunes and Spotify. Promo Series 2, Sudden Death is the next time we bring you a championship special on Friday, November 17th. We will be predicting NXT TakeOver Houston and Survivor Series, plus the game changes as Mike defends the Knowledge Championship in Winner Stays On Sudden Death Rules. It's Survival Time on November 17th on YouTube, Podomatic, iTunes and Facebook. For more information, go to maxwrestling.wix.com/maxwrestling/promo series 2. Now, we forgot to do the SmackDown times, Phoenix. Do you have them?
I do. Does anyone wish to make guesses?
I'm going to go for 27 minutes.
I'll go a half an hour. How about you, Alex?
I'll say 32 minutes.
Okay, right. They've also posted the time for the Mae Young finale. So
add another 20. I'm going to go for 47.
I'll change mine to 45 then. How about you, Alex?
If I got to add that in, I'll go up to 48.
Right, so if you count the Mae Young finale, it would have been 40 minutes, 10 seconds. That was classed as a dark match. So the actual SmackDown event total match time was 28 minutes and 16 seconds.
Ooh, we're all pretty close.
Yeah.
Less than half an hour on a 2-hour show.
But I don't know.
That's bad. But take out the breaks, it's probably more like 120. So we've still got nearly an hour of non-wrestling content.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we go to the podcast promo, it's Brand of the Week. Mike, would you like to choose first?
Sure. If I had to choose, I gotta go with SmackDown this week. I love both shows, like we mentioned earlier, but that headbutt to Vince, the frog splash, just that whole thing. I gotta go SmackDown this week.
All right, Alex, what was the Brand of the Week for you?
Yeah, I enjoyed Raw more than usual this week. There were a couple good segments on there, but the highlight of the week was the Kevin Owens, Vince McMahon stuff. So I got to go with SmackDown.
I can't really argue. They were both pretty much on par this week for me. So, on to the podcast promo. Phoenix. Do you want to tell us who you've chosen, or are you going to surprise us?
Diesel / Kevin Nash / Oz / whatever.
Mini Vegas. Super Shredder.
What was the one? What was it? Yeah, I didn't get that one. I never.
He played Super Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, fair enough.
You wouldn't recognize him, of course. He was wearing the helmet.
Okay.
Okay, so you can pick up the mic at the sound of the ring bell.
Oh, Kevin Nash. What should I call you? Oz, or Vinny Vegas, or Master Blaster Steel, or Big Daddy Cool Diesel, or Chet Lemon, or Super Shredder, or whatever the fuck you're calling yourself these days. You've gone through more name changes than Quad Tears, and you think you still got what it takes. Let me hit you with some truth. This isn't 1994, you are no longer relevant, and your career is dead. And the sooner you realize it, the better. Because if you do continue to piss me off, I will tear both your quads beyond repair, and that would just be too sweet.
Wow.
Nice punk references. What was Master Blaster Steel?
I looked up I looked him up through a list of names as he went, and then Master Blaster Steel actually came up.
I've got to find some matches with that. It was his WCW debut. Apparently he had an orange mohawk when he was Master Blaster Steel.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, there we go. There's the promo. And go ahead, Mike. I'm sure you've got some GFW stuff to talk about.
Sure. All right. So first I'll ask the question. I'll throw it over to you, Alex. Alex, have you been paying attention to a lot of the GFW stuff?
I try to keep up with what's going on, but actually, I don't even get the channel that GFW comes on, so I can't tell you the last time I've watched it. But I try to keep up with it.
Okay. Well, one of the news was actually that they re-signed with Pop TV. So woo. So anyway, yeah, they were at Pop TV again. Jeff Jarrett, as we know, is on the leave of absence. The original plan for Bound for Glory, from what I'm hearing, it was supposed to be Jeff Jarrett with the tortillas and all that he had at Triple Mania, where he threw the tortillas out to the Mexican people. It was originally supposed to be Jeff Jarrett versus Alberto El Patron. So a heel Alberto El Patron, who would have been mad with management for keeping him on the sidelines, was going to take on Jeff Jarrett, a very out-of-shape Jeff Jarrett at Bound for Glory, but that seems to not be happening. They did the conference call where it looks like Alberto's going to be at Bound for Glory and after those tapings. Creative side of things now, we got John Gaborik, we got Scott D'Amore, I think JB is in there, and also now we have the current reigning X-Division champion Sanjay Dutt is on the creative side of things. So that's it on that end. But we did have Bram this week who was talking about his domestic violence stuff, and the charges are dropped. But he actually released a statement because he was getting a lot of noise through his way. So here we go. I have refrained from commenting until now, but seeing as certain fans feel like campaigning against my ability to make a living, I feel I have no choice but to set the record straight. I was falsely accused and charged with domestic violence. All charges were dropped after it became clear that it was a deliberately false accusation for the sole purpose of adversely affecting my career and public profile. It worked. The media, of course, not only ran the arrest and accusation, not the subsequent drop charges, and as such, I have a tainted reputation. I was given the option to press charges myself, which I declined, preferring to simply move on and put it behind me. I'm not perfect, but I've absolutely never been violent towards a woman. If I'm guilty of anything, it is to making some poor choices in the company I keep in the past. Unfortunately, fans who think they are, who think they are the most informed seem to have trouble deciphering Tom Latimer from Bram the character and have made their feelings well known. Promoters whom I've had professional relationship with are now compelled to acquiesce to these unfair demands, which harms my ability to make a living. Have I always been a model employee? No, but in my opinion, I've never done anything to warrant the kind of hateful rhetoric that I saw today. I'm sorry you feel that way about me. I take responsibility for making bad decisions and occasionally being a drunk idiot, but just let it be known that I never physically harmed a woman, and I hope that none of the social justice warriors out there calling for my head ever get falsely accused of something that never goes away. Thank you to those who support me and understand the truth, and in the meantime, I'll continue to move forward and try to be better.
Fair enough.
Wow.
I am kind of surprised. Well, I'm not really surprised that we've never heard anything from Charlotte. Of course, she is constricted by WWE, so
Yes.
maybe she can't say anything about it. But okay, it's nice to hear from Bram. I haven't heard from him for a long time.
Yeah, so that was the latest from GFW. Really, just that, the Pop TV, the Jeff Jarrett stuff, the Alberto El Patron's coming back. It's gonna be very interesting to see where they go. Some have teased since Bound for Glory is coming November. Is it gonna be Bound for Glory or is it gonna be Bound for Bankrupt? Same stuff that we heard last year. So let's see what happens.
Bound for bankruptcy, I love it. It's kind of painful for me because I used to be one of TNA's biggest defenders, especially with all this bankruptcy stuff. But I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it properly for around 2 years now.
Butcher said that it's beyond saving. There's no turning around for it now. It's just barely keeping its head afloat.
It's almost like they take one step forward and two backwards all the time.
It's what's the word I'm looking for?
It's tainted.
Sad.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's totally tainted. I mean, I think it's great for these guys to still be able to have jobs. I mean, I don't want anybody to lose their job in the business, but yeah, it's you know what you're getting with that, with Impact, with Global Force, and it's not going to change either. It's totally tainted.
Mm-hmm.
As I said before, you can change the name on the Titanic, but it's still going to sink.
True.
Exactly.
And we have a congratulations in order to former TNA Knockout and a WWE Diva. One Christy Hemme has given birth to quadruplets.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if her back wasn't broken before, it is now.
Oh, dear.
Fair play. Nice one. Congratulations, Christy. I bet that took a lot of drugs.
Wow.
Let's see how many Maurice pops out.
Yes. Oh, congratulations to Maurice too. But yeah, man, that's gonna be very interesting. Okay, a little Miz running around, man. We can have a second generation Miz in WWE.
The
Please
Phoenix's
just
worst
don't have it.
nightmare.
Could you imagine if he has a girl? Then it'd be like a little Maurice running around. So
There you go.
Please don't bring the baby on TV like Matt Hardy, Rebby, and all that.
Oh, no.
no, it's not gonna be like that. No.
Oh,
I mean-
it's definitely, that's going to happen.
It was kind of cute to see Maxwell a few times, but eventually it was just too much.
Too much.
That is the end of the show. Thank you as always to the captains of Max Wrestling. You can find the Phoenix at,
The Phoenix 626.
and you can find Mike Larkin at,
at SM Show 1 or at MCL92 on the Twitter, and the SoundCloud is MC Larkin92. Episode 49 of the S&M Show podcast is up. We're going on 50 episodes real soon, so stay tuned. Lots to come.
Good times. And a big thank you to our guest this week, Alex. The floor is yours. Tell everybody all about Talking Taker, especially tell the Phoenix.
Hey, well, I appreciate you guys having me on. Yeah, my buddy Travis and I, we just started a podcast about a month ago called Talking Taker. It's at Talking Taker on Twitter. And the gimmick is we are going through every Undertaker pay-per-view match over his 27-year career, one match at a time. It's just a deep dive into each match to kind of track his career and also track the way that the WWE has changed over the past 27 years, since his career covers so many different eras of the WWE. So we've had a good time with it. We're coming up on WrestleMania 8. That'll drop this Friday. Undertaker against Jake the Snake. We try to keep things around 30 minutes or less, so keep it short and sweet and just having fun with it. You know, we just two fans that love wrestling and love classic wrestling, so we just goof off with each other and have fun trying to dissect each match and have a good time doing it. So we appreciate anybody checking it out. And once again, it's at Talking Taker on Twitter, we're on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys having me on. It's been fun.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. And nice and original, too.
And please,
Play it
I'll
again,
say
Phoenix.
Fuck off!
No, play it again.
And I will say this: please do not have the Undertaker get back in the ring at Survivor Series against Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Oh, no.
This is the one I meant to play again.
Very nice.
Thank you.
There.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to see Taker come back now. He had the perfect send-off. It would just ruin the moment if he comes back again.
Because they said he was rolling in the ring at SummerSlam before the doors open, and I'll be honest, I thought it was a nice send-off at WrestleMania. He should just come back for the Hall of Fame. I don't want to see him go again.
Yeah.
It'd be great publicity for our podcast for him to get in the ring again, but I honestly don't ever want to see it again. I thought WrestleMania was a great ending, and yeah, I don't want it to ever happen again.
It's no secret Mania is not going to be the same, but you can't ask for a better send-off than the one he got.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect. Lay down his gear, drop through the stage, done. And of course, thank you everybody for listening. Keep being you guys, it's pretty awesome. You can find us on YouTube, Podomatic, iTunes, and of course Facebook at Max Wrestling UK. You can also find me at Dazzy MWP. Don't forget you can check out the whole first series of Throne Zone right now on YouTube, Podomatic, and iTunes, where the Phoenix, the Butcher, and myself ran through the entire 7th season of Game of Thrones. You can check it out now at Throne Zone UK and at maxwrestling.wix.com/ThroneZone. And speaking of our sister shows, the brand new episode of Hidden Gems is available right now. This week, the Butcher and I discussed the iconic 1994 classic, The Crow. You can follow us at DB Hidden Gems. We'll be back next week with our No Mercy premonitions. Be there or be on the list. And that's the bottom line.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Very freaky, Macca.
I am exactly what they say